We are going to see how we can use VI editor. This is one of the first full screen text based editor for Unix environment, and it has been around for ages. It's a very powerful tool, but it might feel a bit strange if you are used to GUI based text editors. There are other text based editors for Linux. One of them is Nano, Nano. Another one is Pico. These two are also very famous. But for LPIC certification, you should be comfortable to use VI editor. And it's also advantageous in a way is that it's so tiny and small that it can fit into tiny floppies. So those systems which only support where you can only insert tiny floppies in there, then in case of emergency and if you need to edit some files, you should be really comfortable in using the VI editor. So let me just pull up the browser and not the browser, rather the terminal window for Linux machine. I'm gonna use the VI editor on CentOS operating system. It's the same no matter what Linux distribution you are using. And let me just pull up the terminal so that we can do further configuration in there. So here we are. Here's the terminal. I am into the CentOS operating system. If I type in uname -a, it shows us that I'm in CentOS using this kernel. Now to access, first of all, let's see in which directory I'm in. So I'm in home ahmad lpic1, and also let's see if we have got any files in here. So this is the file by the name of first. Let's try to edit it using VI editor. Now there are three modes for VI editor. One is the insert mode in which we can write something into the file. The other one is the command mode in which we can execute the commands of the VI editor itself. And the third one is the execution mode in which we can execute a command outside of the VI editor. So let's see if I can enter into the insert mode by typing in VI and then the name of the file first. Now if I do that, I'll be able to access the file, edit it, save it, and change its contents. But on the other hand, if there is no file, let's just get out of here. This is the command that I'm going to execute. I'm in the command mode, and I explain this what I've just typed in. If there is no file, if I type in ls, you see there is no other file except first. We can create the file. One way is the touch, or the other way is that I can simply type in vi and then the name of the file that I want to create. So I can type in vi second, and this will not only create the file, it will not in fact create the file, it will open the file by the name of text, by the name of second. And once you save the changes in that second, that file will automatically be created. So at the moment this second is blank, we can type in anything in here. Let's say these are the contents, and now I can save this file, and it will appear in the directory. So let's just get out of here and let's try to edit the first file. So I type in vi to access the vi editor and then first. Now I have put in these bunch of 5 lines total in here. Now at the moment I'm in command mode. In command mode I cannot type anything, but I can give certain commands to the VI editor. For example, one command is to move the cursor. I can move the cursor using the arrow keys, like the one that I'm using, down arrow key. I can move the cursor keys onto the right or onto the left, up or down. In some cases where you may not have the cursor keys, or cursor keys are not working on that very particular Linux distribution, then you can use a key combination which is HJKL. For H, like if I am going like if I press H at this time, the cursor goes one step to the left, just like the arrow keys. If I keep on pressing it, it will keep on going to the left. If I press L key, the cursor moves on to the right. If I press J key, the cursor goes down. And if I press K key, the cursor goes up. So the combination is H, J, K, L. H for the left, L for the right, J for down, and K for up. Now let's say if I want to execute a command from within the VI editor, I do not want to close the VI editor and then execute the command and then open back it up again. What if I want to execute the command straight away from within the VI editor? Well, we have the option to do that, and to do it, I need to go if I am in the insert mode, right? At the moment I'm in command mode. So in command mode, I type in double colon or full colon, then exclamation mark, and after that I can type the command whatever I want to. For example, I can type in pwd, and this command will be executed in the bash shell. So I press enter, and we see that it has shown us the output of that command, which was pwd, that where what is the present working directory. If I press enter now, you see this saying that press enter or type command to continue. If I press enter, it will take us right back to the vi editor. Likewise, I can type in ls command to see the contents of the directory. We can see that we have this first file in there. Again, pressing enter takes us right back to the vi editor. Now, to edit the or to go into the insert mode of the VI editor, the command is, of course, it's a command. It's just one letter, but it's called a command, and the command is I. You simply need to press I, and as soon as you press I, we see that we have this message over here, which is saying that now we are in the insert mode. To get out of the insert mode, I can press escape. Once I press escape, I am I would not be able to write onto the into the file. Now you see I have typed certain characters over here because I had accidentally pressed I and went into the insert mode. But let me just press escape and come back to the command mode again. Now in command mode, we cannot type really anything. And to save the changes, let's just show you that as well. If I have made a changes in the file and I want to save them, I go into the command mode by first pressing escape key, then I type in full colon and then W, small w. Now once I do that and I press enter, these changes will be saved. If I do not want to save changes and I want to quit the VI editor or get out of the VI editor, I type in full colon, small q, and enter. Now let's try to do that. If I press enter, let me show you what happens. I have pressed enter and it says that the file that I am trying to get out from, the contents of that file has been changed and I cannot get out unless I save them. So there is a way to do that, to overwrite it. You see that it is also giving a message over here that if you want to overwrite those changes or you want to ignore that, just append exclamation mark. So the way to do that is again full colon q and exclamation mark. Once I do that, I will quit the editor without any change being saved. So I have come out. Now let's get back in, and we see that the characters that I had accidentally typed in, they are not there anymore. Now if we want to save the changes, let's try to add something. Let's come over here and I press enter to go into the insert mode, and I type in let's say changed, and I have added a space as well. Now if I want to save the file, I need to go into the command mode. I press escape and now I save it by typing in full colon W and enter. Now once I do that, the changes will be saved. Now there is another way. What if I want to save the changes and quit the file or close the file and go to the bash shell? We can do that in one step as well. If I press enter over here now, we will remain in the editor mode, but the changes will be saved. If I want to get out of the editor mode as well, I can add in Q key, Q letter after W. So if I press enter now, first the changes will be saved into the file and then we will be sent out of the editor. So I press enter, and now if I go back in to see what changes have been made, we see that the changed word is in there. Now if I'm here at the moment, let's say over here at the first character of the first line, and let's assume that the line is really long, and it would take a considerable amount of time to keep on pressing the either the L key or the arrow key and take the cursor to the end of the line. Now if we are over here and we want to immediately go to the end of the line, what I can do is that I can press capital G. This command will be in the command mode, so I am not in the execution mode or in the insert mode at the moment. I am in the command mode. So if I press G, we see that it has taken us to the end of the lines. If I press, let's say, control or rather 3 and then G, then it takes us to the third line. Now if I want to append something over here, let's say if I'm here at the moment there and I want to append or add something, if I want to start typing from here, I can kind of press I, which will take us to the insert mode, and I can start typing. But if I'm over here, let's say if I'm at L and I want to add something after L, let's say I call it vels, so I can type in a small a, which is for append, and as soon as I press A, we see that the cursor has moved one step forward and we have automatically been put into the insert mode. Over here I can type in whatever I want to. Likewise, if I'm at the start of the line and I want to append something at the end of the line, I can press capital A by pressing Shift and A. So you see that the cursor has moved to the end of the line and we have been put into the insert mode. Now how about deleting something? Let's say I'm here at the start and I want to delete these characters before this word there. There are two ways to do that. I can either type in DL, which is delete letter. So first I type or press D, then L, and we see that S has been removed. Likewise, if I press one more time, DLF will be removed. But if I type, let's say, how many characters are there? There are 4 characters, right? F, S, F, S. So if I'm at F and I type in D, 4, L, it has removed all 4 letters. Besides DL, we can also use X, which also removes the character at which the cursor is at that very particular moment. So I have pressed X and we see that S has been removed. Now just like DL, we can also remove the words. So if I type in DW, we will see that this there, which is over here that the cursor is at the moment, this there will be removed. So I press in D and then W and we see that there is gone. Just like D3L for 3 letters, if we want to remove 2 letters, we can type in D2L. Let's say I want to remove these 4 words up till here, up till line is a third line. I want to remove all these 4 words. So I type in D and then 4 and then W. And we see that we have successfully removed the 4 words. Well, how about to remove a complete line? Well, in command mode, we can type in DD, double D, and let's say if I'm over here at 5th and I want to remove this last line, which is the 5th line, I can type in double D and the line is removed. If I want to remove, let's say, 2 lines, this first line and this second line, I can come onto the top line and then I can type in D2 D, and we see that both the lines have gone. We are short on lines, so let's just get out of this file without saving it, and I need to type in exclamation mark, and let's just open it one more time so that we have all the lines come back. There is one more command that I want to tell you about. It's CW, which will replace the letters or the words that we are at the moment. You see, if I press insert over here, it will start inserting the letters and whatever I type, but there is still there. This word is going ahead. What I want is that this word should be replaced as soon as I start typing. So what I can do is that I can type C then W, and you see that word has gone, and now we can type anything on its place. Likewise, if I'm here, let's see if I'm at changed, and I want that a new line should be added after changed but before the second line. Now there's one way is that I come over here all the way up till E, then I press small a to append, and then I press enter, which is a long way to do things. And other shorter way, let's just remove this line by pressing double D. Now there's another way, and that is if I press O, a new line has come up and we have immediately been put into the insert mode. Now I can add anything over here, like this is a new line, or maybe my spelling mistake, a new line. So that's how we have created a new line, and we have been put into that by using the O keyword in command mode. Interestingly enough, we can also have the functionality of copying the lines in VI editor, and we can do that. If I am over here, I can be on any of the line. Let's see if I want to copy something. If I'm here, let's say, and the concept is yanking. It's y in it's kind of yank something. So the command is y and y if I want to copy the complete line. So I've pressed escape one more time, and now if I press y, and now this file has been copied and it is copied into the buffer. And now if I press P, this file has been copied. If I press P again, that file has been copied again. Now let's remove this file. Let's remove this line. Let's say by DD, I remove these lines. Now what I want is that let's try to copy 1, 2, and 3 lines and try to post them after this fifth line. So the way to do that would be Y, 3Y, or it means, as you can see the message down below, the 3 lines have been yanked. If I come down here and I press P, we see that first 3 lines have been added down below. Now, just like yanking of lines, we can also yank letters and words. If I come over here, let's say on changed, and I press, let's say, yank word. So I've just pressed Y, and for one word, I've pressed W. And now if I come on to, let's say over here in this blank space, and if I press P, we see that changed has come up. Likewise, if I come on to, let's say over here in this blank space, and I press P again, we see that changed has been copied over here as well. We can yank more than one word or more than one letter as well. So if I come on to, let's say on can, and I press escape, and then I type in yank 3 words. So I have copied can we go, and now let's try to post this can we go maybe over here, or maybe over here. So I press P, and we see that can we go words have indeed been copied. Now the last thing that I want to tell you about VI editor is the functionality of searching. We can search the text document by first being in the command mode, then pressing front slash, and then whatever the word or special characters that we want to search. So let's say if I want to search is, I type in is and then I press enter. The search is started from the top and it has shown us, since it's one page or file, rather it's not even one page, it's hardly half page. So you can see that all the items have been highlighted. But if it had been long, then you would have needed to go down below. Now to come on to each and every search items, I can either press enter, or better we press N, key N. So if I search again by typing slash and then is, and now if I press enter, you see that at the moment this one is highlighted. If I press N for next search item again, we see that next is highlighted. Likewise, I'm pressing N and we see that the cursor is moving on and on. Now, if I'm at the bottom of the file and I want to search in the reverse direction or kind of go back up the file, I can type in question mark and then the keyword or the string that we want to search for. So if I press is, and now if I press N, we see that the cursor is now moving in the opposite direction. Now, not only search is possible, but also replacement of the characters is possible using in the VI editor. Now, before I show you the replacement feature of VI editor, let me just show you a quick command syntax that you need to give in. To replace certain characters, you need to be in the command mode, and then you press full colon, then small s, then front slash, and then whatever text that you need to be replaced, and then the replace text, and then front slash, and after that you can give a couple of switches. For example, the first switch that you can give is I, which means that it should ignore the case if, let's say, there's capital lettered words and then there are small letter words. Then if you do not put I, and let's say you are trying to replace a word which has multiple occurrences starting from capital letters and small letters as well, then only those occurrences will be matched which have got, let's say, let me just show you one example. Let's say we have a word, say table. It's small t and ble, and the word that you are trying to replace, and there is another occurrence of word table with a capital T. Now, if you are trying to replace this word table with word, let's say chair, chair, this chair could be with a capital C or small c, does not matter. This I will only affect the word that is going to be replaced. So if I replace this table with chair, then this table with capital T, it will not be replaced because it has got capital letter. Now to ignore this feature, that all the tables or all the words having small or capital letters, ignore them and replace them with chair, we need to put this switch I or ignore. And other switch is G, which is for global, and it means that if there are multiple occurrences of word in lines, then replace all of them. Otherwise, it will just replace first word that occurs in the line. Another switch that we can use is the C, which is for confirmation, so that if there are multiple occurrences and you do not put on this C, then it will ask you that you want to replace this. So normally what we use is that if we are using ignoring case sensitive, then we put in IGC altogether so that all words in one particular line gets replaced automatically. Now this is for one line. What if we want to replace all the words in whole of the file? Now to do that, we need to append percentage sign before s. So the command would then be full colon percentage sign s and then text that needs to be replaced, the replacement text, and further switches that you want to add in. So now let's come onto the terminal and see this in action. So here's the terminal. Now let's try to replace the string, let's say is, with the string was. So, and also I want to replace whole of the document, and does not matter whether it's case sensitive or not, just replace them. So I press full colon, then percentage sign, then s, and then the string which is, then the string that I need to replace it with is was, then ignore case, all the occurrences in one line, and confirm. So once I press enter, you see that it is asking that replace with was, and I press yes, then again yes, and if I press Control Y, which has not affected anything, so what I can do is that I can press A so that all the occurrences have been replaced. You see, these are trivial changes that differ from editor to editor. That C that I had mentioned in the command, it should have taken the effect on some distributions. It does take effect where it does not ask for confirmation, but on this CentOS, it has, even though I had given it the switch, it has again asked for the confirmation. Let's try to do one thing. Let's try to change it back again, and this time let's not give it C. So I type in, let's say was, replace it with is, ignore case, and do it for all the lines. And now this time I have not put in the C. So if I press enter, now this time it has taken the effect. All right, so it's in the reverse order. If we press C, if we append C, it would mean that it should ask for the confirmation for each and every replacement. But if it not give the C, then it just does replace without asking for any confirmation. So that's all there is to it. As far as VI functionality, it's different, it's three modes, and how we can edit the file, how we can copy the text or copy the files, how we can save it or exit without saving the file, and how we can replace the text. I hope you have learned from this video. Do practice with this editor. It's a very powerful and a fully functional editor. Once you get used to it, you will feel very much comfortable. In fact, me myself, I do not use any other editor except the VI editor. I hope you have learned from this video. Thank you for watching.